Well, hello and welcome back to my channel. This is video number 3 today, and I'm really feeling the need to document how I'm handling this because I had a very big reaction this morning, and I have been actually. I've been knowing that this is coming. So I'm processing this information now that I was definitely in denial. I was in denial that this was actually going to happen. I did keep praying. Now, if you're wondering what I'm talking about, I realize if this is video number 3 and this is the only one that people see, they got to know what I'm talking about. Now, what I'm doing is documenting my journey, my healing journey. And I used my garden and nature to help me heal from a spinal cord injury and from a mental health crisis. And a few years back, I had a mental breakdown, and I've been recovering from that. And I have used my garden and natural remedies to put myself back together. And so these videos are a document of that. It's a document of my journey. And right now I'm feeling a little more calm and balanced and relaxed because in my last 2 videos that I did earlier today, I was not calm, and I was definitely feeling all the bad signs in my body that I'm aware of now. Now that I have knowledge about what's going on when it happens, I can recognize it, and then I know how to balance it back out again. So I was really beginning to, what I was experiencing was in my nervous system. Listening to the tractors bulldozing the trees, and it was, all the machinery cutting up the trees. I could hear the trees falling down, and that overloaded my senses very quickly, but it made rage. It made me angry. It made me mad. So those are really big feelings. So I had to, honor those feelings and sit with those feelings and turn it around to, what is this situation trying to teach me? What am I meant to learn from this? And I'm taking some time to sit with this and to get some clarity as far as, how am I meant to respond to what's happening in my backyard, in the woods behind my house. I'm horrified. I'm trying to collect my thoughts. So I'm processing this with my phone, making this documentary of how I'm getting through this. So I'm finding balance right now. I came into my room, and that's where I'm at here. This is a little space that I carved out for myself in my bedroom. But this bedroom I have really turned into my wellness, area. It's, I had to, when I realized I wasn't getting any help from doctors, I wasn't getting anything. I had to just completely take over, 100% take over my care of myself. And I had to learn, and I learned everything that I could about every condition that I had. But then once I started solving my problems, then I'm like, if I can do that for me, let me look to what's going on with my husband. What are his ailments? What are my kids' ailments? And what are the neighbors' ailments? What am I hearing out? What are my parents' ailments? And I started to dig further and further and further into a lot of research. And I've been creating files and, but going down a completely holistic path and natural medicine. So we're using natural medicine to rebalance ourselves out again, to heal our body, my body. I am rejuvenating my mind, my body, my soul. And it is a multi-step approach. It's not just nature, but what I'm trying to document in these videos is the connection between positive mental health and nature and green spaces, and having access to that. And the more we remove and eliminate these green spaces, the less connected we are to nature, and most likely the more diseases and, pain and inflammation systems you probably have in your body. So that's something that you'll find in my videos threaded through, because I'm trying to restore the balance of my body back. I'm trying to restore health and vitality. And in all the research that I've done, I have, discovered that growing my own food and controlling the soil and all of that kind of thing is really the way to go. So that's what I've been doing. But along the way, the garden has become my healing place because it helped to heal my body, because then I was doing yoga in conjunction with gardening to make sure that my body was strong enough to do what I wanted to do in the garden. So really the garden to me has been, let's see what we can do, what I can do. Let's see what I can do with, because I know what I can't do. And if I can do gardening, let's see what I can do. And I really amazed myself with what I did. So I'm very happy about that. And, so I'm just sitting here reflecting and coming into balance, and I'm making these. I don't know if you can see it. Let me see that. So these are my hot peppers that I'm growing in the garden, and I hang them up. I hang them up everywhere. Right now I'm hanging them in my office, and I love it. And here's a bigger one. And I try to do, see how it goes. It graduated in size. So I really make this a mindful project. And I was out there and I was picking these, and I was, I keep having to go out there in small increments. And I'm usually out there all day long. Today is a day that I would have been out there all day because it's perfect weather. And I really wanted to get some cleanup work done in the garden today. But the sound of destruction has driven me away. And even I was asking my daughter if she can even help me harvest the rest of what needs to be harvested, because some of the things that I harvest, like the passion flower, it's only open for like one day, and you got to get it right at the right time. And right now is the right time. So I was like, okay, I need to ask for help. I don't usually like asking for help. But she did help the best she could. So I'm back in here now, and I'm using all of my tools to help myself balance out. And the first thing that I dialed into was the violet flame energy, calling in Saint Germain of the violet flame. And I keep all these little things for myself. Like I have a window over there, and that's where I meditate. And I create these little cards for myself. And this is my Reiki prayer card. And when this is a perfect time to apply Reiki, the Reiki healing. So when I feel like I need it, like this is the time. I have a prayer that I say, may I relax and receive the healing that I most need right now for my highest good. I say that. And then every day to activate my Reiki energy, I have another prayer that I say here. And it's a beautiful prayer. And maybe one day I'll share it. And so, but then when there are times when I'm dealing with situations that create an imbalance and the balancing energies need to come in, then that's when we have the violet flame. And I'm going to be doing a workshop for this, because I also have a separate oil that I make, and tea that I do as well. So they're all going to go together in this workshop. But I call out to Saint Germain and the violet flame to come and to help me transmute any of the negative energies that in and around me. And there's a little prayer that you say here to invoke the violet flame. And I think I have this on my website under resources, so you can look and see that. And when I feel like I'm going through times that are really, really tough, we always have Psalm 23. And this is, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. So I'll say that, and then I'll realize it's not so bad. It's not so bad. And then I also remember, as I'm sitting here and stringing these peppers along, I'm thinking of all of these different tools that I have. And then I can also remember the yoga philosophy that teaches you about non-attachment. So I can't really be too attached to the woods, because that action was already in motion before I even moved in here. So what can I do really other than bring awareness to what I'm experiencing? If you want to continue coming along this journey with me, and I plan on now exposing and not being quiet about these things that I'm seeing, because I've sat in on the meetings, and I was on one of the committees, and I hear the way that these people talk, And my ears were always tuned in, always tuned in. And when I go to the Board of Education meetings, when I go and volunteer at my kids' school, my eyes and ears are always open. They're always open. So, but in the past, I was complacent, and I don't want to be complacent anymore, because now what you're seeing is the result of complacency. They have taken over this land back here because we as residents, and I take ownership of that too, we were too complacent. We didn't fight hard enough. So I'm going to try to really, really, really learn from this situation and readjust, because this is a big blow. My garden was my sanctuary, and I don't feel like being out there. It's a horrifying experience. So, I'm going to use these videos as insights into what I'm going through here with this situation. And, maybe there's other people going through it. But now at this point, I just want to bring awareness so maybe other people don't have to go through this. We don't have to lose all of our green spaces. We just have to get in on these committees in these towns and kick out these people who are just lining the corporations' pockets. They are only thinking of the corporations. They're not thinking of what the people want. And we saw that with our own eyes. They bulldozed us. And, their alignment was to the corporations. And that's not okay. It's not okay. So we're got to fight back. We got to fight harder. All right. Well, until the next video, we'll see you later.